What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zeri coming at you today to bring you another video for Disney's Sorcerer's Arena. Now, I am going to showcase my team and why I think it is a brilliant team for the early game player. Very accessible, and it's around what I feel could be the best starter character I've ever seen in a hero collector, Aladdin. But before we get into that, if you're just finding me for the first time, consider hitting that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all that good stuff that goes along with it. Now, leave me a comments down below. Maybe you started differently, and maybe you are doing something different I don't know about it. Now, as I said, I haven't been watching any other YouTubers' content, which I will do once I have Unstable Gamer on, and we just got to figure out the semantics. He's super busy, I'm super busy. We just got to figure out the semantics there, and I made a plan, and we'll get into that as we go, but this team is very accessible for new players, and I am having a lot of fun with it, and it's all built around Aladdin. So let's jump into it. So here's my team, and we'll do a battle live together so I can show you kind of what I'm doing and what I am using. Now, it is a base Kingdoms team, which when I read the kits, the two kits that really seemed OP to me, besides Frozen, because that synergy just seems awesome, was Kingdoms and the Aladdin team. And now I built a team based off of Aladdin, and a lot of you probably are running this team. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. But it consists of the Shan lead with Captain Jack Sparrow. We have Syndrome, then we have Jasmine, and we have Aladdin. We're going to start with Aladdin. We're going to break down Aladdin, talk about his moves, what I like, and then how I kind of configured this team to work around Aladdin's abilities and damage. Okay, starting here with Aladdin. Now, what I should say about Aladdin is I have Aladdin 5 stars, gear level 5. He is my highest built character in the game, and I do not regret putting anything into him. So starting with his basic ability, it is called Street Rat Strike. I have this at level 2. And level 3 gives me 50% more damage, so I'd probably be doing about 900-ish damage when it's at level 3. But at level 2, I deal up to 640 damage to a target opponent. Deal 50% more damage if the target is affected by slow or stun. So that is the big part right there. Slow and stun is how we have to build this kit, or build the party around him, and people play into that and help out. So looking at this, we're going to go to his second ability. Deals 2,052 damage to a target opponent. I have this maxed out at level 3. 30% chance to gain haste, so he can speed himself up. Gains evasion, so he's taking less damage. And if Jasmine is a teammate, she will assist. Okay. Third ability, I'm sorry. Carpet. It's an AoE, mini AoE, doesn't attack everybody, but deals up to 896 damage to the target opponent and all flanking opponents. So it comes down, it stripes across, and you deal. If there's 4 guys or enemies, you hit those. If there's 3 or 2, you hit them. It has a 30% chance to reduce the target's turn meter by 30%. So anytime you're decreasing turn meter in a turn meter based game, huge. But then it inflicts slow for 1 turn. That plays into his basic ability. So what I try to do is I try to use this first out of the gate. I put up the slows. Then I can pick and choose what I want to do. I can either use the massive damage dealer and try to get him out, or I can deal more damage on his basic. So it helps out quite a bit. Then his passive ability, Thief's Cure. Receiving damage, I have a 5 to a 50% chance to restore health 1 time on this character. Chance is activated to increased the lower the character's health is. So the more damage he takes, the more chance he has to heal himself. And if I get this to level 2, it'll give himself heal 2 times instead of 1. So the main things we take away from Aladdin here are the fact of he can reduce turn meter. He has a mini AoE. He does massive damage on his second ability, and then his third ability plays into his basic, giving him more damage. You know, Aladdin, and the reason you start with him, but he is super easy to farm. Like I said, I've been playing this game for about 3 weeks. I farm him every day out of the Grand Campaign. That is all I'm focused on out of the Grand Campaign is Aladdin. Once I get him 7 stars, I'll be moving to Sven for the Frozen team. Then he has a node here on 2A, super easy to get to on the Villains campaign, so I farm him out of there every single day. So we go back to the team. Now, we've seen at Aladdin, he needs slow, he has synergy with Jasmine to assist, and he does more damage off of slow and stun. So what can we do next? And we're going to go to the next character on the list here, which is Jasmine. Now, Jasmine has the Kingdom tag. She has the Aladdin tag. So that is huge. I have Jasmine only 2-star, gear level 4. And we'll start with her basic ability, which is Suitors Beware. Deals up to 322 damage to target opponent. 5% chance per Aladdin teammate to inflict offensive down for 2 turns. So she has herself and then Aladdin, so I'm assuming that's 10%. I don't know in this game if they count themselves unless it states counting themselves. So maybe somebody can help me out in the comments down below. But the fact that you can inflict offensive down on a basic is great. What that does is inflicting offensive down means the opponent doesn't hit you as hard. And on a basic ability, that is absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, if I take it to level 3, I do about 50% more damage. So that would put it right around the up to maybe 500 mark. Second ability, which really just makes Jasmine phenomenal, is Raja. Now, I have Raja at level 2. What you do is you summon target Raja to come in. Raja has 2,087 health, 75 defense, deals up to 497 damage, gains taunt for 2 turns on spawn, and gains defense up for 2 turns on spawn. Now, what I love about that is I don't have a tank on my team. Raja is my tank. Now, the next part that goes into it, Jasmine usually goes first. Jasmine drops Raja right away. I have my tank up. Raja does his job. He's a meat shield, soaks everything up. But the cool part about Raja is, if this comes up again for Jasmine and Raja is still on the board. Now, other games I've played where you summon like a mini tank, especially in Dragon Champions, there is a character who drops a bear called Battle Poo. When I go to reuse this and Battle Poo is still on the battlefield, it only heals him a little bit and then restores the taunt. Now, what I like about this move is when you drop him again, it kind of kills off the one that's on there and gives you a brand new one, full health with the taunts and the defense up. Just a really, really cool mechanic. Third ability, Acrobatic Assault. Deal up to 745 damage to the target opponent and you gain evasion. So we're seeing evasion again. So evasion from Aladdin and evasion from Jasmine, increasing the overall survivability of your team. This is the next ability I will be bringing up to level 2. And what it does, if Aladdin is a teammate, 50% chance to assist. So you'll see Aladdin come in, and if those slows are on there, he's going to use his basic on the assist, and he's going to do more damage. Really can't go wrong. Second ability, I only have to level 1, is on turn start, 15% chance to perform the following on the teammate with the lowest health. Grant continuous heal, restoring 192 health over 2 turns, and cleanse 1 harmful effect from that ally. So we're seeing healing and dispelling in a move, and dispelling is so key to what the opponent is trying to do. So awesome. And at level 2, it cleanses an additional harmful effect, and then at level 3, it has a 20% chance to activate. So very powerful move in my opinion, and I really like the way she is built. So from Aladdin on this, or from Jasmine on this team, what we are seeing is she drops the tank. She has the synergy, will assist with Aladdin's big attack. When I get the Acrobatic Assault, Aladdin has the chance to assist with her. And then she's healing and cleansing, because I don't really have a true healer on this team, so it is a beautiful thing to see. So we've talked about Aladdin, we've talked about Jasmine. Now we are going to move to the leader of this group called, that is Shan Yu. Shan Yu, I have up to 4 stars, and he is gear level 4. And we're just going to start with his leadership ability. Shan Yu can be found in the Arena token store And my suggestion, there's a couple good characters in there. Him, and Anna, Mordu, Hades. You start with him. Why? Because you're going to be running Arena. You have to every day. He is a really, really good place to start. You unlock him at 3-star. So that is awesome. But you really want to unlock him because of his leadership ability, and that is Kingdom teammates gain the following: 8% bonus speed. That's all his leadership does, and that's all you need. Adding speed in a turn meter game is always fantastic, so that is what it does, and that's what it brings. That's why Jasmine pretty much always goes first for me, because I have a Shan Yu lead. Now, moving on, he really only has one move that plays into the Aladdin kit besides his leadership, but his basic ability here deals 430 up to 430 damage to a target opponent, 50% chance to a chain to an adjacent target, dealing up to 323 damage. So he has, and then if I took it up to level 3, 50% more damage, so we're looking at 600-ish damage on a basic. But the chance that it can chain to another ally really helps off, especially if somebody has taunt up. Ability 2, now it's your turn, deals up to 618 damage to a target opponent 2 times. On defeat, you gain an extra turn. So he gets to go right again, and he can do his basic, or he can call in the next move. And then level 3, 50% more damage, so we're looking at right around 900-ish damage. What do you see? This is the move that plays into Aladdin's move kit. Deal up to 538 damage to the target opponent and all flanking opponents. So much like Aladdin's carpet, it comes in, and anybody really on either side of him gets hit, or her, and it inflicts defense down for 2 turns. So what that does is Aladdin's going to hit harder. On all of those moves, with all the assists Aladdin's going to call in, hopefully he's going to be attacking somebody with a defense down, and it's going to increase the damage he does. Taking it to level 2, gain offensive up 50% shot. So that is big. Then his passive, Bow to Me. On dealing a critical strike with any attack, perform the following. He reduces the target's speed meter by 30%. That is so good. Again, we're reducing target's turn meter in a turn meter manipulation game. That is awesome. Level 2, 5% more turn meter decrease, so it'll be 35%. Then at level 3, 5% chance to perform an extra attack on dealing a critical strike. So again, we're seeing the chance for him to repeatedly go again with the defensive down. This could be absolutely amazing. Next person up on the list is Syndrome. Now, Syndrome doesn't have really any synergy with Aladdin tag-wise, but he does in other ways, and we're going to talk about that. Now, Syndrome is a villain, and he is a downtown villain, so he's key for other teams in the comp, or in the game, and that is big. But we're going to break down his move kit a little bit. On his basic ability, Plasma Blast deals up to 385 damage to a target opponent with a 30% chance to gain offensive up. Deals 50% more damage. Okay. Second ability, Bracelet Bomb. Deals 417 damage to all opponents. This is an AoE, so it's clutch. If they're behind a taunt, we have another AoE dealer. And then at level 2, increases chance to deal a critical strike by 50% against opponents affected by harmful effects. So we have a lot of harmful effects already. We got slow from Aladdin. We have defense decrease from Shan Yu. So you can see they drop theirs. He drops this bomb. If I had this to level 2, we get 50% chance for more critical strike. That is big. And then 50% more damage at level 3. His third ability, 0 Point Energy. Deals up to 1011 damage and then stuns the target for 1 turn. Okay? That plays into Aladdin's basic, so he can deal more damage. And then at level 2, he has a 50% chance to inflict slow as well, which plays into Aladdin's move kit. This is also key for the team because you can stun either the opposing Jasmine, you can stun the tank so they don't taunt. So you have a lot of flexibility with this character and really helps your team out, so that way Aladdin and Jasmine can go after who they want. So it is a good crowd control maneuver. Passive ability. On the start of his turn, he has a 15% chance to inflict vulnerability on the opponent with the lowest health. So what that does is vulnerability is pretty much, it guarantees you a critical hit on the next hit. So if he puts this up and then you go after somebody else and you leave that for like Aladdin and you're looking at your turn meter down below, Aladdin has a good chance to come in with his massive damage, do it crit, and pretty much eliminate them from the match. At level 2, it decreases the required magic by 1 and then has a 5% chance to activate. So just a really, really good move that helps increase the damage of your team. And Syndrome is a fairly easy unlock. To find Syndrome, and you're going to want him for the villains campaign because he becomes a leader for the villains, but I farm Syndrome out of the Elite campaign 4A. Every day I do that, and I use it, and it's awesome. You know, he's very easy to unlock as you're going. He unlocks at a 2-star, so it doesn't take very long to get him up there. Now, what you could also do, and what I did, is when I had Aladdin, I focused on just unlocking Syndrome first out of the Grand Campaign. Then I stopped farming him from the Grand Campaign and went right back to Aladdin. So you do his node and the Grand Campaign until he's unlocked. Really helped me out and benefited greatly. Now, for the arena team that I've built, I've decided to go with Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, there is some other options here, and we're going to talk about that, but I decided to use Captain Jack Sparrow for a couple reasons. Captain Jack Sparrow is an oceanic hero, he can be found in the Club Exchange. Now, when I looked at the Club Exchange, and the way I broke it down is I want Kristoff, but I can farm Kristoff. I can farm everybody else in here I want, except for Captain Jack Sparrow. So every day, every time it refreshes and I have the currency, I buy more Captain Jack Sparrow. And by doing that, I've been able to get Captain Jack Sparrow to 4 stars. He is gear level 4. Looking at his abilities, basic ability is called Resourceful Offense, and deals up to 435 damage with a 10% chance for a random teammate to assist. So it doesn't matter, it just says random teammate, so it can call in Aladdin, it could call in Jasmine, it could call in Shan, who could then chain. That just benefits the whole overall team composition. And then at level 2, 20% chance to cleanse 1 harmful effect from self and then heal self. He's kind of squishy, so that will be big, but I have kind of a priority of how I want to upgrade the characters I'm using for the arena, and that is a little bit down the list. Then 50% more damage, so he'll be right around 600, 700 damage. Then his second ability, Cannonball Barrage, AoE, huge. Again, so if you're stuck behind a taunt, we have another AoE. Deal up to 572 damage to all opponents. Level 2, bonus critical strike chance against opponents affected by defense down. That's where Shan comes in. Shan on his bird attack there, what do you see? He comes in with the defense down, so when I get this to level 2, I have a 10% bonus critical chance, so that'll be big. And then 15% more damage dealt, so we'd be looking about an extra 100 damage. But this is the ability I really, really like him for. It inflicts charm on a target opponent for 1 turn. 30% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns. So we're seeing that again. More damage out of our team. And then it plays into his Cannonball Barrage. But the charm is essentially a crowd control mechanism. And it helps a lot. I can stun the target with Syndrome. Then I can charm another target. They're probably their big damage dealer, or, you know, if Jasmine's on the other team, so she doesn't drop Raja. So he gives you a lot of flexibility in that aspect. So that's why I kind of went with him. And then at level 2, which would be awesome, 50% chance to inflict charm on an adjacent opponent. Awesome. Just awesome. His passive ability, Piece of 8. On the start of turn, 15% chance to reduce the cooldown of Cannonball Barrage by 1. Gain 1 random helpful effect for 2 turns. And then chance to activate is increased by 30% if he's inflicted by haste. And then as you level it up, it goes up to a 25% chance. So a 1 in 4. Perfect. He just adds to his own move kit. I'll take that. And he's speeding himself up if he can get that haste. So that is big too. Now when it comes to spells for this team, I don't have a lot of spells, and I don't feel any of the spells I really have right now are worth spending my tower currency on. So I essentially just use the Meteor. Deals up to 50 plus 12 per player level damage to all opponents. So I just have an AoE. And then I use the Headless Horseman. I use the Headless Horseman over Trigger and Duke Kaboom. And I just found it to be the most effective. And what he does is he deals 50 damage plus 24 per player level to target opponent and all flanking opponents, and then inflicts fear on them for 2 turns. So when I read this kit, and since I started the game, seeing the new Toy Story 3 heroes, this is going to be absolutely phenomenal for that team. When you're building that in Club Conquest, you definitely want to have the Headless Horseman with them. The other reason I have Headless Horseman is because with that fear, what that does is they can't dodge or resist enemy effects. So when I go to put the defense down on, when I go to put the stun on, when I go to put the charm on, when I go to put the slow on, everything is going to stick. So it plays into what I want to do. I want those debuffs to stick, and it just helps out greatly. So we're going to jump into a match, and we're going to see what we got. Alright, so this one could be a little challenging, but we're kind of going to see. So what we are going to do is we want to get these people out of here. Now we are going to drop Raja. So we have our defense down on Hades. I'm going to try to put our slows on. Now we are going to charm Captain Jack Sparrow so he doesn't charm one of us. Look at that, the assist with the chain. Exactly what we want. Can somebody tell me what movie this guy's from? I cannot figure it out. Okay, so now we have a stun coming up. We are going to stun Hades. He has defensive down. It's going to be great. Now, Syndrome's probably going to stun one of us. Oh, he's going to drop his AoE. Alright, well, interesting. So now we're going to try to get Hades out of there before he goes again. So we're going to use Shan Yu's move and hope he attacks twice and does some big-time damage. Alright. Going to try to get Hades out of there. Will his basic do it? We're going to try it. There we go. Hades is out of there. Next one up we want to try to get rid of is this king guy. He does some pretty nasty AoE damage, I believe. Ariel's probably going to cleanse. Yep. Alright, so now we are going to drop our AoE here because he has the attack up. Who's he going to charm? That's what I want to know. Shan Yu. Alright, now we're going to drop our AoE. Whew, got lucky there. He just has his basic. Oh no, he's going to... Oh, he resisted the stun. Perfect. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in... Put the fear up. Drop our AoE. And then let's try to get actually Captain Jack Sparrow out of there. Oh, I couldn't see how much life he had. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? Screw it. Let's get him out of there. Almost 2,000 damage, bringing in Jasmine to the assist, and he is gone. Now let's go for Ariel. She's probably going to heal next. This guy's probably going to do his AoE. Oh no, okay. Ariel's out of there. Now we are going to go with him because we have a chance to chain. So this gives us a bigger chance to chain. Perfect. That's what we wanted. Basic attack. Another cool thing about Aladdin is his abilities, their cooldowns are so low. There we go. Trigger's going to go again. He's going to take out Syndrome and go again. Oh, why didn't he take out Syndrome? But whatever. Worked for me. Get that defense. He's probably going to go after Shan Yu. And I want to make sure I get this guy out of there. Captain Jack Sparrow, I am going to charm Syndrome because he is up next on the list. Perfect. Now let's get Syndrome out of there. And we have Trigger, and that's all she wrote. So you can kind of see how this team works and functions, and I am in love with it. It has a lot of good synergy, even though some of them aren't necessarily based where they should. And then he got a speed fill. Perfect. Thing of beauty. So we're going to do one more just so you can kind of see it. Maybe it'll be a different team comp. Alright, so we have Syndrome, who has the villains. So he's going to feed it to Hades. Then we have a tank. Simba is really good. And then Ariel. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and put our defensive down. Perfect. All three of them. We're going to drop our Raja. Again. Get ourselves the tank. Put our speed down. Hades is good to go before I can charm him. So this sucks. I am going to charm Syndrome. And then I am going to stun Sully. And then we are going to go back and try to take out Hades. Alright, so let's drop this first. That takes out Hades. Now we're going to put this up for the fears. Going to try to go for Simba. Simba is out of there. Ooh, good hit. So, see, now we got guaranteed crit. Perfect. So now we are going to throw our AoE out there. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Awesome, we almost got Syndrome out of there. Now we're going to drop our AoE with Syndrome. Gonna go after Sully. So when he taunts, he has less damage to take. Or he might do the door move. Depends on what this guy wants to do. Oh, okay. Then, so let's switch over and try to get Ariel out of there. We should be able to get Ariel out of here with Jack Sparrow. And we could put it on auto, but we're not gonna. He's probably gonna get Captain Jack Sparrow out of there. If he's not dead before he goes. Captain Jack Sparrow hanging on by a thread. And that's all she wrote. So you can see how this team works and the synergy behind it. It is so good. So my YouTube family, there it is. There is a very early, very easy to build arena team that is going to help you out greatly in tower. It's going to help you out everywhere. This team is very easy to put together. Within 3 weeks, I got it up and running, and I'm very happy where I'm at. And just a superb team with a lot of different options, with a lot of off synergies in it together. So that is my arena team, and it's really all based off the starter character of Aladdin. That's how good Aladdin is. He is just that good. The best starter character I've seen in a game. So, there it is, everybody. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this team, and if you want to see more videos like this, I'll have them coming. So this is what I got for everybody. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe if you're liking what you see, because more videos on Disney Sorcerer's Arena 2 to 3 times a week. And if you play Dragon Champions, I post one there almost every day. So I love y'all. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.